Hi, Norman Sager from Live Trades FX here. Good afternoon to the US session update. And if I can have a quick sound and video confirmation from you all. Great, Jack. Yeah, thanks. Alrighty. Okay, so we've got to go ahead and it's all clear. Let's proceed. Okay, fine. Yeah, that was interesting, and we'll talk about that. So we'll go through the major currency pairs and indices, and then we'll look at the pound key. Right, and I'm just taking a gander at the Dow Jones as it's approaching my entry point. It's pretty interesting. Right, first of all, what's the calendar? Not much on the calendar front other than the unemployment claims from the US, which was better than expected, and it's having a negative effect on the Dow at the moment. Okay, but the Dow was going downside beforehand anyhow. So let's see. Let's proceed with the euro dollar. I've got an entry on the short side at 109.53. TP sitting at 107.05 and stop sitting at 112. And I took this on yesterday, in fact. So my second entry for short is at 111.35. Those who are not familiar with the concept of the PAR strategy, which is what I've adopted, it works on a mathematical calculation plus utilizing the martingale system. So there will be a few entry points in my trade setup. So anyway, I've taken a short at 109.53. Another entry would be at 111.35 if the euro did creep up towards that point. Stop will remain at this level at 112.87. And let's see how that goes. Shoot straight to DAX. Quite interesting this. Set this up on Monday. PAR hasn't changed the levels since then. So I'm intending to take a long here at 11.383. It's edging its way towards it. So I'll be ready for a long position. There's another long here and here at 109.85 and 108.73. The 108.73 is more appealing. My stop will be sitting at all times at 10.584. Obviously I'll bring the stop up as the price creeps to the upside towards TP. My TP is up at 12.387, and you know, the thing is that the PAR levels change on a daily basis, and there's a helicopter in the background. You can hear me through the noise. Okay, I'll continue anyway. So yes, the PAR system, the levels change on a daily basis, and it seems that helicopter is it's edging away. Okay, so the PAR system. So for those not familiar with the PAR system, the levels do change on a daily basis and sometimes intraday, and so I may take part off my trade as this progresses northbound, but obviously I'll bring my stop up as we proceed upside. Okay, So that's the DAX and the entry points identified. Let's go on to the Dow. And the Dow is likewise approaching my entry point, which is at 17,788. There's another entry at 17,572, stops in at 17,421, and the TP is at 18,155. However, I've noticed that the PAR identified H2 at 17,934. So what I probably will do is that if price does bounce off the 17,788, I'll take a partial profit at 148 pips. That's at 17,934. Bring the stop up and let the rest run. Okay. Let's go on to the Aussie dollar and let's see how that is. Okay. H4. The Aussie is on the downside for quite a while now, and I'm going to take advantage of that. PAR's identified short side at 74.78 and another entry at 76.14. Stops being placed at 78.90 and TP at 72.16. So I've got one eye on the screen and one eye on the Dow at the moment. Okay. Okay. Aussie key. Much happening here. No, I'm not all that keen on the Kiwi against the Aussie at the moment, although there's a scalping opportunity at 111.96 southbound, and with a stop up here, I'd imagine. Didn't quite manage to finish this off, but I imagine it would have been something like that. So that would be the potential trade setup. Wait for the Aussie key to shoot to the upside at 111.96, stop sitting around the 113.90 level, and take profit at 109.11. Reason why I wouldn't take 111.27, Paul, is with the current cycle, take a candle at the SSI, it doesn't seem appealing, technically. Okay, we have Euro Pound. Okay, yeah, this is the one that we had set up on Monday. Did take a short on the Euro Pound at 70.38, creep to the downside, but then crept back upside again. Currently at a loss. Another entry point at 72.03, stop sitting at 72.40, and my TP's at 68.51. Not too concerned at the moment, although could creep up further. Nevertheless, we'll stick to our system, and I'll take another entry here at 72.08. 72.03. Okay, do we have anything else? Oh yes, how could I forget? No, I didn't forget you. Okay, pound key. Nice. Yesterday we had the RBNZ announced that the interest rates were reduced somewhat, And yes, you're asking how come we had the Kiwi strengthen? That was your question, right? Yeah. Well, let me go back a few months. So let's go to the daily chart. In June, we had interest rates were reduced by the RBNZ. At that time, the consensus within the analysts, financial institutions, was that 50% said, yeah, RBNZ are going to increase, or rather reduce interest rates. 50% said, no, it's going to remain steady. They're not going to touch it at all. What happened, in fact, is, yeah, rates were reduced. And those 50% of analysts who were surprised, well, they are the ones who didn't exactly buy, but that's the reason why price shot up, because of the surprise factor. Now, what happened last night? Well, it's highly anticipated that rates were going to go down. And it was also highly anticipated that the RBNZ would talk about further reductions in future. What happened is, yes, rates went down, highly anticipated, no surprise. RBNZ were more, how shall I say, dovish towards, less dovish towards reducing interest rates in the future. And because of that fact, Kiwi strengthened. So that would explain that point there. Now, where we're sitting here with the Kiwi, if we go to H2, there's your drop during the announcement. It's since Kiwi since fallen, or shall I say now pound Kiwi has risen. I do expect pound Ki to strengthen further, but identified two levels here, one at 235.42, which is the level I took a long at early on in the week. And I did say during my webinar that I'll take it off the table if I grab a couple of hundred points prior to the announcement, which is what I did. I sold around here. The announcement was later on. Now I'm waiting for this entry to be touched. That's at 2.2995. I'll take a long here with a stop at 224.84 and a TP at 243.62. That's it. I think we've covered most of the majors there. Pound dollar, yeah, that's a messy one. I wasn't so sure. I mean, I didn't take any pound dollar positions this week because I really was not confident at all, and now it's proved me right. Although the projections was for the pound dollar to go up to 157.60, I wasn't that confident. So we'll leave that. And pound Aussie, yes, there's entry points at these levels. Projection for the TP up at 214.25. Another entry at 206 with the stop sitting at 204.04. We'll in fact verify these levels, so don't take a look at these at the moment and then place your entries based on these levels until my next update for the pound Aussie. Right, for those who joined us on the free webinar service, our time's up, guys, and for those members we'll continue to go into more detail on the currency pairs and indices. Thank you very much, gents, and talk to you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.